trip as well to Charlotte.
Yeah, listen, New York is definitely in the house without a doubt.
Here is Jalen Brunson, a huge fourth quarter, his biggest of the season, the win over the Pelicans. He gets New York started.
And that's one thing we talked about. Oh, hello!
How about this for a start? Miller time in the opening minute, partner.
Yes, indeed. This crowd is already electric. Plays like that just keep raising the roof. The energy's insane right now.
New York has won 7 in a row, 13-5 since the All-Star break. Anunoby with ball.
He's feeling it.
Call your friends. LaMelo Ball has come to play.
The Hornets understand what type of game this is.
Towns, Cat understands it too.
And that's something that the Hornets coach want to stop the walk-up threes. That's an emphasis for them.
51 double-doubles, leads the NBA. As Karl Anthony Towns, Miller fouled by Cat.
Look at this team. That's what makes them so special. Behind the three-point line, it could be anybody's night. It could be Miller. It could be Melo. It could be Knipple. It doesn't matter. And now that creates this element of supreme spacing on the offensive end.
They hit 26 threes earlier this week. Went over the Kings. That deflected off of Bridges. Look what OG found.
Right there, but had a little bit of a mix-up in communication on the back screen set. And it ended up, the ball just ended up flying to OG, and OG knocked it down in the corner. Gotta take away corner threes, though.
Ball again. Oh, boy.
It might be one of those nights.
LaMelo Ball knows. That's why it's such a crucial time of year for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes, definitely it is. Right now, the Hornets are playing desperate, treating every game like it's a must-win situation, because for them, it really is.
A turnover by New York. A win tonight. Just a half game behind the Celtics for second. 4.5 out of the top spot in the East. Held by the Detroit Pistons. Great job by Josh Hart, who Mike Brown's been so complimentary of how he's played lately. He finds Bridges, who is a little bit out of control.
Great contest right there by Diabate without fouling. Little sloppy, but it ends up in the right man's hands. LaMelo's first miss of the night.
Was short, deflected. It will be New York being a leader.
Yes, and sometimes everybody wants young players to be leaders. Some guys it's natural. Some guys, they have to grow into that leadership role. LaMelo is doing that right before our eyes.
Knicks have been sloppy back-to-back possessions with turn.
This game right now, but offensively, they've been flat out sloppy. And defensively, they just lost Bridges on the backside.
Wide open.
That's a flat-out miscommunication that cannot happen. That pass came from half court. Bridges wide open on the baseline. They have to do a better job on the defensive end.
Miles Bridges, how about his evolution? Now in year 7, Mikal Bridges gives New York an answer they needed. Well, that was something Mike Brown said. He goes, look, we'll try to stop them from 3, but they average over 42 attempts from beyond the arc per game. We've got to match them a little bit. As that one is off, Miller can't fully corral.
Is the paint touch. When LaMelo gets two feet in the paint, or anybody drives, or that ball just touches the paint and then it sprays out to the three-point line, that's when they get the best three-point opportunities.
This is Brunson with a crossover. JB, silky smooth.
The more you watch Brunson, the more and more you're impressed with his game. Not the fastest, not the quickest. He just has an elite skill set to score.
Miller comes right back at you.
Speaking about guys that can score.
In waves. Didn't play in the first meeting between these two teams. New York has taken the 2 meetings by a combined 43 points. One of those came in the Emirates NBA Cup. The Knicks would go on to win the Cup, and Brunson was a huge reason for it.
And remember, we talked to Mike Brown before the game. What did he say? We want to keep Brunson off that baseline. The first 2 times he's got to the baseline, he's knocked down shots. Knipple knocks down a shot as the Hornets continue to stay red hot from 3.
And that is the league leader in made threes. And in the top spot in the Kia NBA rookie ladder, which you can catch throughout the week on NBA.com. Here's Towns, turn around. Hornets get the stop. This place is buzzing. Ball. Just a little bit off, tapped around. Knipple. Back to number 1. In those paradise threads tonight. And he's got Hornet fans happy.
And he's just super aggressive. Like I said, I like how he's approaching this game. He's not letting the game come to him. He's pressing the tempo at all times.
And this is the 3rd youngest roster in the association. Bridges was short.
Yeah, listen, this roster is really young, which means that they are set up for success for a very long time, especially as long as they got that guy right there.
Knipple is built different.
Yes, he is. when you see his game, you think he's just a shooter, but he's so much more than that. He drives to the basket. He's a good passer. He'll get in there, stick his nose in there, and rebound, and he'll defend you as well.
Brunson was short, and there's an example of what he can do, just figuring out a way to will his team to the rebound. Mike Brown's taken one timeout, snap one off the heel, rebound to Hart.
I mean, this pace has been feverish, up and down.
Which during the Knicks 7-game winning streak, they played at the slowest tempo in the league.
Not tonight.
Bridges on the back door. And now Charles Lee. This building, you know this building well.
Yeah, listen, they're selling out this building because they're giving the fans a reason to be excited. It's the three-point shot. It's the pace that they're playing with. It's the development of their young players. You can't fake what the Hornets have right now.
Miller, a dish down to Ryan Kalkbrenner.
And that's a great job by Miller. Miller known for his scoring. As soon as he got to his area, found the big fella on the baseline lurking. Big fella knows what to do with it, threw it down with authority.
Jeff Peterson nailed this past draft in Charlotte. Kalkbrenner, Sion James. Talk about second-round value on the board as Brunson hits it home.
Yeah, Brunson, he's just an absolute problem. But getting back to what you were talking about, the Hornets nailing it in the draft. When you're a small market team, no one's coming to save you in free agency. You're going to have to get it done yourself in the draft. And what the Hornets have done the last couple of seasons in the draft are why they are the team that they are today.
Going the other way, that foul called on Brandon Miller. So back to New York.
Look at some of these offensive numbers for both of these teams. Right now, the Hornets shooting 67% from the field, 44 from three. On the flip side, the Knicks 57% from the field, 40% from three as well. Offensive efficiency has been through the roof.
Two of the best in the offensive column over their respective last 30 games. Both have won 23 of 30. Turnaround for Jordan Clarkson. How about a bit of a roller coaster ride? But Mike Brown said the ultimate professional. On a team of vets, he is their oldest.
Yeah. And it's tough mentally when you're not playing, especially when you guys had the career that Clarkson's had. Not playing, some guys go to dark places. Other guys just figure out a way to keep fighting through.
Josh Hart beats the shot clock. And New York has settled in nicely after Charlotte's hot start. A foul on Clarkson.
First team that tightens up defensively is going to be the first team that's going to be able to get an advantage in this game.
That's what's been remarkable about Charlotte since the All-Star break. They're fifth in defensive rating. New York has been tops in the NBA on defense over their last 30 games. We're going to get an illegal screen, so a couple giveaways by Charlotte. That's on Ryan Cole. Back to New York, this Knicks team carrying a 7-game winning streak into this night. Here is Brunson. He was masterful in the win over New Orleans on Tuesday night. This one in and out, offensive rebound, nearly into the hands of Clarkson, tipped around, and back to these Hornets.
Mitchell Robinson just couldn't secure that one, had the offensive rebound, had to kick it back in, but while he was falling out of bounds, but that's what he does. He just gets his team extra possessions, impacts the game with his energy. Look how he's pressuring the ball. Hornets right now starting their offense at half court.
Now Kalkbrenner swarmed